Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be my monthly haul, and it's the first one of 2023. Welcome to everybody watching today. I hope you are into eyeshadow palettes, essence and couture's, and getting the use out of your makeup like I am, because that's definitely where I'm coming from. Also with this video, this is going to be a nice overview of things that I'm going to try for you. Maybe some of these things I may have already have content up as well. And there's a little bit more here than usual. Very often my monthly hauls are a little behind anyways, because I always have to wait for things to get to me. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you all about it and why there is a bit more than I normally would feature here. So let's get to the haul, but before we do that, it's good to know that I have fair skin with a cool sensual undertone, which greatly skews my makeup preferences. And because I have been buying, trying, and reviewing makeup for more than a decade, I also have some very strong preferences. So if you would like to join the Snow Angel Club, then definitely click subscribe down below. So yes, there is a lot here. I'm gonna preface that with that. This is not my usual fare. This is not how much I usually get in one go. There is a lot here because of Black Friday. That's what's gonna be featured here. And this is also 3 months worth. It's not a monthly haul. It's like a quarterly haul almost. Because I haven't updated you about anything in December just yet, because I decided to skip that month because I knew it would take a while for my Black Friday purchases to come in. And this is actually how I organize all of my monthly hauls. By the time I show you what I've bought, we're actually a month and a half like ahead in time, because very often I need to wait for things. So the things I showed you in November were things I bought in September, not October, because things need to get to me. So very often I try to do this at the start of the month, and that means that very often if I say this is my November haul, it's actually a little longer ago, you could say. So yeah, this is October, November, and December, all roped into one. And let's just start with October then, and we're gonna go in sort of like chronological order. I have been buying and trying a lot of drugstore foundation. So if you saw my most recent foundation review video, I will make sure to link that in the description box down below. I kind of already announced it there, which was a K-Beauty BB cream. And I was like, I just need to try some K-Beauty stuff as well. So I found myself on Yesstyle. They had some sort of deal on. And so I got a bunch of things to try, which I have no clue. I just bought these. I'm trying to sort of educate myself on what K-Beauty has to offer and sort of taking you along for the ride. So not all of these I think are meant to be like foundation-like products. Some of these are more like tinted primers with SPF in, which I think is a very interesting concept, so I thought I could try some of those as well. So let me show you what I got. I'm not sure if I can read all of these things, but I got the Maison Intensive Firming Insulation Collagen Powder Foundation. This is in shade number 13, which is supposed to be too light for me, and in the bottle it looks too dark, so has me worried, but I hope that when I put it on it's fine. And then this just looked cute. This is the Eliza Vecca Milky Piggy BB Cream with whitening and wrinkle care. There's no shade here. I believe it only comes in one shade. We'll see how it works. Then the Clio Nudism CC Cream, Water Me CC Cream, the High Moisturizing Radiance Glow Effect. This again doesn't have a shade, so I believe this is more of one of those primary-like products. But they do have a tint. It's really weird. This is the Kiss Me Firm BB Cream. I believe this is one of the very, very famous ones. This is in shade 1. I believe it only came in 2 shades. Like, shade ranges in these were confusing. Then they had this mini, I don't know, what brand was this again? Oh, it's in Korean. Oh, it's by the same. And I've tried their concealer and I like this. This I think is their Studio Foundation. This is in shade 21, which tends to be, if it's a BB cream, 21. It's the one I have in my Misha and in my Perito BB creams, and that works really well. And I think that may look pretty, so just a little mini there. This is another one of those like tinted balm, like, is it a foundation, is it a primer kind of thing? This is the Numbuzin? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Porcelain Base Skip Tone Up Beige with SPF 50 in number 3. This had really great reviews on Yesstyle, and I was just very intrigued. So, ooh, I'm dropping things. So this sounded like something I might like, because like, in terms of a foundation, like, sometimes when I post things where I put foundation on, there's always 1 or 2 people in the comments telling me how I don't need foundation. But I do have quite a lot of redness, and I do like evening that out. So this is why I don't love very high coverage things, but that's why I think I like so many of, like, the BB creams that I've tried in the past. And then we'll see. So this is the Misha Choboyang BB cream. This is in shade number 17 with an SPF of 30. Like, all these things have SPF in. And Misha makes my favorite BB cream so far. The Perfect Coverage BB cream has been my favorite for years. It's the product that got me to wear base products, actually. Until I had tried that, I never wore any sort of foundation-like product because I just couldn't. And it's BB creams that showed me the way. So that's why I thought maybe if I dig into BB creams again, maybe I'll find things I like. And this also, like, Mizon is a very affordable brand, so I was like, I might as well try something else by them. And this is the Snail Repair Intensive BB Cream, and this is in shade number 21. Wrinkle Improvement, Brightening, and UV Protection. It has an SPF of 50. It says High Coverage Snail Blemish Balm for bright and radiant skin. It freaks me out a little bit. I haven't tried any of these yet on my face. And then some actual things that are marketed as foundations. And they're both by Holika Holika. This is the Water Drop Tinted Foundation in shade 3. This again was very difficult to get the shade, like, to find what shade I was. And this is the Aqua Petite Jelly BB. Does this have a shade? It's in Korean. I can't read that. It's upside down. I think it's shade 1. And this is weird. I did swatch it, but this has, like, the weirdest consistency. Like, it's actual jello. And you get the little spatula. This one freaks me out. But it's supposed to be very hydrating. So we'll see how these go. These are things I'm going to be testing out for you throughout the year. And then at some point, I hope summertime-ish, that I can come on here and update you on these, because I need to start putting these into Shop My Stashes together with my drugstore foundations that I still have to try. And then I'm just going to keep them in this cubby, and then I have some BB creams to try for you. I thought it could be like a fun video, just a full video of K-Beauty BB creams, because I love K-Beauty BB creams, and I know it's not, like, technically an actual foundation, but that's why I like them so much, because they are usually very lightweight and they work really well. And I think I have some, like, cult favorites in here, at least from what I could find on Yesstyle. So, and some of these things had really rave reviews, so can't wait to try those. These were all things that I got on pre-order, so none of this was in by the time I filmed my November video, so some of these things didn't come to me until December, this one, so let me start there. This is the Adept Cosmetics Minka palette. I was online when they opened up the actual, like, being able to buy this, and it sold out in like 5 minutes, and I was just watching something on TV and I completely forgot about it, so I put myself on the pre-order list instead. I mean, it's, especially that top row has a lot of cool tones in, but also the bottom row has some really interesting, more colorful, like, very shimmering things, and then these two have shifts. It's really intense, flaky metallics. I am a little worried about this formula though, and it's something that I've noticed when I was swatching this, is because I did already swatch everything here. When you touch these, they feel like creams. So I'm very afraid that all of my because Adept Cosmetics all has the same sort of formula in their palettes, I don't know how long these are gonna last. Maybe in a year time, these may no longer be any good, so I hope they last, because that would be a shame if you need to throw something out that quickly, because these aren't cheap. And then I got Gloss Gods, the new neutrals. I saw this on Marley Wijn's channel. She's a Dutch YouTuber as well. And Gloss Gods was one of those things that was on my radar for a hot minute and I forgot about them. And then she showed this. And I was like, I think it can get down. We get something a bit more cool toned here, something more warm toned here, and something more neutral in the top row. So could this be like the perfect neutral tone palette? Who knows? And I'm not sure if you can see, but none of these shimmers are just straight up shimmers. Everything has a shift. So could this be like my new Coco Sanka? Like, I think it might be. And it seems to have a really stunning quality. So Gloss God's new neutral. I'm very happy to now own this. I think this one and also already the next two palettes are actually going to be in my January palette tryout. So I'm going to be reviewing these for you very, very soon. I'm sad for you if you missed out on these. I knew these I had a hunch. When these launched, I was like, even though like everyone and their mother was posting videos about these when they were announced, and that annoyed the heck out of me. But I saw these and I was like, these are perfect Christmas palettes. So these are the Odin's Eye limited edition for Christmas. These sold out on the pre-order that I got these on. I didn't have the budget when these originally launched. So the minute I had the budget for them in October, I was like, I'm going to order these. And I'm really glad that I did. So the Merry Christmas palette. I wasn't sure about this one when it launched because it's like, warm tones. But those top two rows, those are really pretty. We get those tealy shades. We get these like grungy greens. And then this is actually reds and pinks, which is really pretty. And then this as well. Like, I've had this experience with Odin's Eye before. I think it was their Norns palette, which in the pan looked really warm toned, but then when you started playing with it, it wasn't as warm, and a lot of the shades went really well together. So that's the same impression I have with this one. And then of course the Christmas Eve palette. I mean, the minute I saw this, I was like, this is a wintry Christmas Eve in a palette. And you do get a little bit of warmth with like these two and this. But everything else, maybe this is a bit like a light gold, but everything else is perfect cool tones. Both of these have duochromes and multichromes in as well. Like here you get this like purple to pink sort of thing, and this also isn't just a straight up taupe. It has a bit of a pink to it as well. Really, really stunning. Great shimmer to matte ratio. Great quality. I don't want to go on about these for too long because I know some people really missed out on those. And then this was announced. This was already sneak peeked, and I was like, I need to try this. I've already filmed shorts with this, so I'll make sure to post those down below in case you missed them. I've been experimenting with shorts in the past couple of weeks just to see if that's something I like doing. And this is of course the retro glam. I mean, who am I? And it's funny because I actually did a full video where I compared the mini retro to the Lime Crime Venus XL2 and some other palettes that I thought looked similar, and I had planned out that video before this was ever sneak peeked, and then that video went live as that had just sneak peeked. So it's like I'm a fortune teller, I feel. This isn't as sagey though as the mini retro, I feel. These greens are more like actual full-on greens, I feel, on my skin tone anyways. It's still very pretty. I still have to try it. This is again gonna go, I think this is gonna be in February's makeup review if I'm not mistaken. And then at the end of November, it was Black Friday, so I placed some orders from a couple of retailers that I already told you about I was gonna order from. But there were some other deals that I found that I also bought, and then I also went to Paris. So I actually had a bit of an extended vacation in October and November because I had a lot of days off at my old job, and then I had planned my new job to start on December 1st rather than at the end of my old contract. So I had all of October and November off actually, which was lovely actually to have so much time off, and it was just incredible. But because I kind of knew quite late that this would happen, I couldn't really book an extended trip, so I just booked like a day trip to Paris, and it all happened to be like around the same time. So end of November was a spendy time for me, but I haven't bought any makeup in December at all, save for some Essence bits, which I'll show you towards the end, I'm sure. So Black Friday, I told you I was going to get ColourPop. So what I got from ColourPop is like, this is the smallest ColourPop haul I think I've ever done, because that's all I got. So what it is 2 of the Pretty Fresh setting sprays. This is a product I've tried before and I really liked it. So I decided to buy 2 backups of this since it was on sale. And it's my favorite. Then I really wanted to try the Sailor color from the Super Shock collection. This is one that was out of stock for a very long time. And I was like, now it's in stock. There was a discount. Might as well try it. And then this is the palette, the only ColourPop palette that came out in 2022 that I truly liked. That Aurora Struck palette, is that what it's called? That kind of appeals to me, but it's really big. And if I were to buy that, it would probably go the same route as my Stone Cold Fox that I tried, which is that I would probably pull apart the shades I like and put it in another palette. And I'm like, am I really gonna buy that kind of, like, I don't know yet. I don't know, help a girl out. But the Troublemaker from ColourPop. This was like the only thing that I kinda liked. It's like 90s grunge. It's cool tones. I like this, but I think mine is really hard pressed. I struggled swatching these. So I'm afraid that yet again, I'm trying a ColourPop palette that I didn't love, because the last time I tried ColourPop palettes was last year's Black Friday haul, which was the Off Quartz and the Tinkerbell. And I didn't like that either, and this is the same pan size, and these feel just as hard. So I'm not sure I'm liking ColourPop eyeshadow quality all that much anymore, people. Again, this is gonna go into an eyeshadow trial for sure. These colors look very much up my street. I hope I like them. That's all I can say. And then in the same collection, we got these Jelly Mud Shadows, and that's a formula I've still wanted to try from ColourPop. These tend to dry out really quickly. I've heard a lot of people saying they're declutters, and this came in a set of 6, but the set had sold out, so I got 5, and then they forgot to send me one. So I was reimbursed for that. This is another reason, like, maybe I should just stop buying ColourPop now, because it's like, this is the second time that something like this has happened, that either something came broken because it was badly packaged, or that they just forgot to put something in. But I did get the shades that I like best, luckily. So this is Drama Season, Alt Kit, Emo Inside, and Please. So these are like really nice, like intense purpley shades. And then I did get the 2 like iridescent ones, which are the ones I was most interested in. So then I have an array of those to try. And then I got the Harry Potter Buckbeak Highlighter. And the reason why I got it is because this was described by ColourPop as a taupe highlighter. I swatched it. It's rose gold. It's a pink. On me, it's a pink. Why did they say this was a taupe? So, I don't know. Again, something I need to try on my cheeks still. So I'm a bit, with the ColourPop stuff, I'm not that happy with it. I'm not gonna lie. But the Jelly Much ones and the things I already knew I liked, those things are successful. Let me talk to you next about something that I didn't know I was gonna buy, but this was a good deal, and these brushes were still on my wish list. These are BK Beauty brushes, and these have been on my wish list for for the bigger part of the year. And I tried Refer brushes in the springtime. I tried some Spectrum brushes over the summertime because I wanted to try some other brush brands. I swear by Sigma and Zoeva, those are my 2 favorite brush brands, but I was like, might as well try them. I got one of their face brush sets, and I believe it was called the Core Extension Line. Core Precision Extension Line, something like that. It's got like a foundation brush and like an angled thing, and like these feel really nice. So I hope I like them. Kelly Gooch really likes these brushes, I believe, so she uses them a lot. And then I also got their Hooded Eyes shadow brush set. And I got these in, and I was like, these are supposed to work with hooded eyes? Really? Then they don't have my hooded eyes, because this is the blending brush, and it's far too big. I could not put this in the crease. And this is their shader brush, and it's far too fluffy. So now that I have these in, I'm like, yes, they're nice quality brushes, but for how much they were and how much I had to pay in like additional shipping and handling fees, 45 euros. I'm really glad I got these on a discount, I think. So I'm gonna try them out. I haven't put these on my face yet. I need to wash them. and then I can play around with these. But from just looking at how big some of these eye brushes are, I'm like, that's for hooded eyes? No. That's my issue with a lot of brushes, is that they're far too big for my features. So that's why I tend to stick with the ones I like. But yeah, I've got some more brushes to try out. Then something I already told you I was gonna buy, Pat McGrath. I only had the eyeshadow palette on my wish list, but the deal was if you spend over a certain amount of money, you got 35% off. I ended up paying for both the blush and the eyeshadow palette less than what you would pay for an eyeshadow palette at full price. So the eyeshadow palette was originally 130 euros, and I paid 110 for both of these products now. So I got the blush for free. Yeah. And let me show you. This is the Moonlit Seduction. This was on my wish list. I was in London right before it launched. They already had it in store, but they weren't allowed to sell it to me yet. So I did already see it, and I was like, this is what I wanted the Divine Rose one to be. This is my Divine Rose one. So that's going to be decluttered for sure, because now I have this and I don't need both. And I actually think I'm going to get rid of both of my Divine Rose palettes, because I also have the Utopian Dream, and that's like my more perfect version of the Divine Rose too. So I think I'm going to get rid of some Pat McGrath because she's just come out with other things that I like better over time. So that's Moonlit Seduction. And then I also got one of those duo blushes, because this was just speaking my name. This is the Divine Duo Blush in Venetian Sunrise. And it's the purpley one. Look at that. It's the pink with the purple. And I've had these like ombre blushes that have these shades in from like MAC. And what brand did one too? No, the Wet n Wild one was just, it was ombre, but it was like just purples. But MAC had one called Azalea Blossom that had like a pink to purple gradient in. I had that for a long time, but this kind of reminds me of that, and I remember that being very pretty on me. So I was like, if I then get this essentially for free, might as well throw it in the basket. Then a brand I didn't tell you about that I was gonna buy them for Black Friday for sure, but I ended up not buying from ColourPop as much as I originally had on my wish list. Like I had some of the Star Wars palettes on my wish list and some other things, and I was like, I don't know whether I need all of these things. So I decided to buy less from ColourPop so I could buy myself this. Lethal Cosmetics had a really good deal the day Black Friday happened. I ordered this the minute the sale went live because I was afraid some of the shades would otherwise sell out. And I believe they had 20 or 25% off of their entire website, save for their multi-chromes. But that still made this a very good deal indeed. I had told you when I swatched out all of my Lethal singles for you that I was looking to buy myself another one of these palettes. This is a completely haphazard color story, because I know what's going to happen to this. This is going to be integrated into my other Lethal palettes. And I actually think that at some point this year, I want to try and buy their bigger palettes, because Lethal now has larger palettes as well that fit 24 of their shadows. And now I have 4 of these little guys, so I have 48 of their singles. Bought over time. I tend to buy a Lethal palette every year. That's sort of like my buying rate there. And I now have some of their multi-chromes to try. So can't wait to try these. I think I'm gonna love it. I mean, it's Lethal. I know their formula is great. A brand I did already tell you about was Charlotte Tilbury. I forgot to bring upstairs the setting spray that I also bought. And her deals got better as the week went on, because for the Black Friday sale weekend, you could actually get 30% off if you bought over a certain amount of money. And with Charlotte Tilbury being expensive, you kind of hit that threshold really quickly. So I finally get to try the cream bronzer. I got some more of the Beauty Light ones. They finally have Peachgasm back in stock. I've been meaning to try that for a while. So many people have been trying me to try this, the contour one, so we're gonna try that. And then I bought Spotlight, so the actual highlighter. So then we have some of those things to try. The concealer was still on my wish list to try, so we've got that. And then they had those pop shots, of course, that came out for the holidays. I bought the smoky quartz one and the turquoisey one. So this is the taupey one. And then this is that turquoisey duochrome one that also came out. This is like purple to blue, which is really pretty as well. These didn't, like in a swatch, these didn't really feel like luxury eyeshadows. So I hope they feel better when they go onto the eyes. Like these are a little disappointing to me. So, but everything else I'm really happy with. And like I said, I did also get the setting spray, but I forgot to take it up here. So what's left are all of these KIKO bits, and I already filmed a video with this because I had planned for an entire year almost that I was gonna do a full face of KIKO in December. That was the plan, and I was just waiting for a good deal so I could buy some new products because some of you were recommending things to me and there were things that I had on my wish list after seeing them in store. And then for Black Friday they did buy 3 get 3 for free. I was like, great. I mean, I know a lot of people went for their Cyber Monday deal, which was like, I think 50% off of everything, which is a good deal too. But this way, because I knew I wanted to buy quite a lot of KIKO, this way I actually got more than 50% off of all of these products, I believe. So I got their eyeshadow primer, I got their face primer. I mean, this is all going onto my face in that video already. And then these are all the other KIKO bits I got. I'm gonna be doing a full-on swatch video for you with some KIKO lipsticks. So I got a bunch of their lipsticks. Some of these are from their Christmas collection, but I sort of got 1 or maybe 2 or 3 of each of their different lines. So I got some of their creamy formulas, some of their matte formulas, some of their more sheer formulas, like everything that KIKO has to offer in terms of lipstick is here. And I'm gonna do a video for you with that. So yeah, that was all the Black Friday stuff, I know. And then we have the things I bought from France left. So I went to Paris for the day. I didn't buy a whole lot. Like, I just bought a couple of things here and there. And of course, if you go to Sephora, you still end up spending quite a bit of money. But I ended up going for the Fenty Beauty Poutsicle lip stain in the shade Strawberry Sangria. Then I got the Milk Makeup Concealer in the lightest shade. This is 2C. And then I got a mini of Baked because mine has expired. Sad. And that's why I got the mini for that. I got some RMS Beauty bits for the first time ever. So RMS Beauty is a brand that's been on my radar for like 5 years and I just never got around to buying them. But they're in Sephora in France. And I was like, okay. And they did this little set. And it's 3 full-size products and it was 50 euros, whereas just the Living Luminizer is 40 euros by itself. So I was like, I got a mascara. I got the Living Luminizer. This product has been on my wish list for like 5 years solid. I'm not gonna lie. And then one of their highlights. This is a cream eyeshadow in the shade Strobe. And I swatched this. And this is like the prettiest cool tone mauve shade. Like one and done shadow I've ever seen. It's intense. And then I'm noticing now that I forgot to take it upstairs. But I also bought their concealer. I think it's called the Uncover Concealer. And it seems to be like, to me, in my brain, it's sort of like Glossier Stretch, but with more coverage. And I think you can also use it as like an actual like foundation-like product as well. So those were the bits I got from Sephora, but I also went to Galeries Lafayette because there I know they sell Byredo. And Byredo is a perfume brand that I'm still very interested in. But since they're a bit pricier, I'm still a little like, like I don't want to commit yet. And they have these little sets of 3 perfumes to try. And you get some travel sizes. And this is the foresty one. So it has Mojave Ghost, which so far has been my favorite. It has Black Saffron, which I haven't tried yet. And Super Cedar, which I also really like. And for me, it's probably going to be Mojave Ghost. But I also quite like Bibliothèque. So I'm not sure yet. Because I also felt like I had a tester of Mojave Ghost and I felt it didn't last long enough on me. Like after a few hours, it's gone. So this way I have a bit more to really try it. And this trial set was like 85 or 90 euros and you get to try 3, which I thought was a pretty decent deal. And it's going to take me some time to get through these little things and then I don't have to commit to the full size just yet. And then that was it for France. That's all we got there. Because I had already spent enough for Black Friday. And then in December, I found myself in my local drugstore because I had to repurchase my Catrice Glam & Doll and Essence Lash Princess mascaras. And then I saw that Essence was doing these eyeliners. These are the long-lasting eye pencil. Is this is this what everything is called? The Kajal pencil and the long lasting eye pencil. So let me see if I can, this is Kajal, long lasting, and Kajal. But these are twist up eyeliners. And they did these really cute shades, like this really nice shiny metallic-y turquoisey one, and like a navy, and I've got like this khaki green shade, and they did a foresty green, and they did this really nice shimmering brown, they did a plum, a matte navy, like look at that shade, like this is the shade you get inside, and a black, and my black, I have no black liners left, so I was like, these look really, really good, and they were really cheap and cheerful. So that's the only makeup I bought in December, because November was crazy. So yeah, I know this is a lot. This is not how much I normally would get. It was Black Friday. I already told you everything. Some of this stuff was just for the channel as well. So I really hope you enjoyed watching today's video. I hope this gives you an idea as well of things you can look forward to that I will be doing videos with, or that I'm going to be reviewing or rotating into Shop My Stashes in the future as well. So if you'd like to stay tuned for all of the stuff I've got planned for you in 2023. Thank you so very much for sticking around, for being here, for joining my channel, for being a lovely human being, and then I hope to see you again in my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.